let's go ahead and wrap up the Cold War. So the U.S. gets involved. In August 1964, President Johnson told Congress that two U.S. destroyers had been attacked by the North Vietnamese. So Congress authorized the president to send troops to fight in Vietnam. Even though the U.S. had an excellent army, they faced three difficulties: guerrilla warfare in unfamiliar jungle terrain. South Vietnam's government was very unpopular, and the USSR was sending supplies and support to the North Vietnamese. So the U.S. is going to withdraw from the Vietnam War. In the late 1960s, the war became increasingly unpopular in the U.S. President Nixon developed a plan called Vietnamization, which allowed for a gradual pullout of U.S. troops, while the South Vietnamese increased their combat role. The last troops withdrew in 1973, and 2 years after the U.S. withdraws from the Vietnam War, North Vietnam overtook the South. Today, Vietnam is a single country known as Vietnam, and it has a communist government. In a roundabout way, the Cold War is going to be over. We are going to have the collapse of communism in the Soviet Union and in Eastern Europe. So we are going to have Soviet economic collapse, nationalism in Warsaw Pact countries. We're going to have the tearing down of the Berlin Wall on November 9th, 1989. The Soviet Union is going to break up, and we are going to have the expansion of NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. All right, moving on to Standard 13D, we're going to be able to describe major contributions of selected world leaders in the second half of the 20th century. This includes Indira Gandhi, Margaret Thatcher, Mikhail Gorbachev, and Deng Xiaoping. All right, Indira Gandhi. She's going to have a closer relationship between India and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. She's going to help develop the nuclear program in India. Margaret Thatcher. She's going to be the British Prime Minister from 1979 to 1990. She's going to have free trade and less government regulation of business. She's going to have a close relationship with the United States and U.S. foreign policy. And she's going to have the assertion of United Kingdom's military power. Here we have Mikhail Gorbachev. He is going to coin the two terms that are very popular at this time period called glasnost and perestroika. Perestroika means restructuring, and glasnost means openness. These were his watchwords for the renovation of the Soviet body politic and society that he pursued as a general secretary of the Communist Party from 1985 until 1991. And he's going to be the one in charge during the fall of the Berlin Wall, and he is the last president of the Soviet Union before the Soviet Union goes back to Russia as we know it today. Deng Xiaoping, he reformed Communist China's economy to a market economy, leading to a rapid economic growth, and he continued communist control of government. All right, so that concludes our 13D notes for this set of the flipped class video notes. And if you guys have any questions, do not hesitate to email me or come see me. Ask your questions. I'd love to talk to you more about this. Cold War, it's just like a quick breeze that we have to go over for the SOL, so I know we're kind of moving through it fast. So any questions, please ask, and I will see you all on the flip side.